Hi, this is Annie, and we're going to go over hitches. The girth hitch, and then 3 friction hitches, the press X, the climb heist, and the auto block. The girth hitch, well, before we start, this is just a regular climbing rope. This is a 9mm working rope, and this is a new third hand of mine. It's a 4mm cordelette tied together with a double fisherman. It was about 5 feet long. We're gonna start with the girth hitch. So on the bottom, we're gonna put the knot just off to the side, not down here. We don't want it on a carabiner, but just off to the side, and put this little loop under and around a rope. A hitch, unlike a knot, which ties down on itself, a hitch needs to wrap around something else. So we're going to wrap this, we're going to make a hitch around this rope, the girth hitch. So with this loop, through this loop, we're going to lace through the knot side, like this. And pull it tight. And that is a girth hitch. Real easy. Everyone has probably made these whether or not they knew. They had a name. Now the press X, which is the most famous of the friction hitches, is a lot like that. You start once again with a knot side lacing through, but instead of pulling up, we turn back down for a full circle and go at least 3 times. A friction hitch should have at least 3 loops, or really as many as it takes to make it bite. So here's 1, do it again, 2, 3, I'm gonna pull it tight here. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure it stays pretty and dressed. Hitches need to be dressed to work well, So dressed means it looks nice and pretty. See how we have 6 perfect little loops right here. None of them are crossed. None of them are looser or tighter than others. And it's kind of like we triple girth hitched this in a way. The press X hitch bites the tightest of the 3 hitches we'll go over. Bite means as I pull on it like this, I can see it won't move, it stops. That means this hitch is biting. A well-dressed hitch should bite. Now I could take the pressure off and now move it either up or down. A press X will bite either way. If you pull it from this angle or that. Because the press X bites so tight, it's not one that I usually use. For ascending a rope, I would use a climb heist, or as a third hand for rappelling, I would use an auto block. So here's what those are. I'm going to start the same way as our last 2, once again. And now I'm going to take this tail end and loop it at least 3 times. 1, 2, so I'm going, 1, 2. I'm going up and away from the knotted side, right? 3, 4. Okay, and now with this remaining bit of loop, I'm going to lace through my knotted tail, and now pull it down tight, keeping this hitch dressed and pretty as I do. There. Now I can pull this hitch in this direction and it bites, and that's the way that it's supposed to be used. Not supposed to be used this way, but it bites that way too. Okay, so you could attach like a system to lace your foot through here, stand up on it, release the weight, push the hitch up, and go. It holds just as tight as a press fix, but it's a little easier to release and move up. And the last one is the auto block. This one moves the freest of the 3 hitches, which is why it's good for rappel. You don't want to be fighting your third hand to get down. You want it to be nice and smooth and just catch in an emergency. We're going to start once again with this knot side down and get ready to loop like we did the climb heist. Only I'm going to do probably an extra loop this time. Let's do 1, 2, 3. It needs to be at least 3, right? Although for this skinny little rope on one strand, I think I need more. And now with these 2 ends, I haven't tied anything. I'm not lassoing anything through or threading anything. I'm just going to put the carabiner straight through it. And dress my knot so it's pretty. Now if I pull in either direction, it bites. There we go. This is an auto block. And we'll have more on this on the course about extended rappels.